The last session, hopefully, this is a reinforcement of something that you already do. But it's a very simple process that you can do again and again and again and build on. You can try and track your own progress. Very much about performance profiling and goal setting. We spoke about the characteristics and the building blocks for elite performer development. In other words, you becoming the best riders, your best people you possibly can be. And one of them is realistic performance evaluation and goal setting. Knowing what you're good at, what you need to get better at. So there is a tiny bit of theory. The idea that when we're action planning, it needs to be individualised. Everybody will have something different. Everybody will select something different that they need. And you'll decide on that in negotiation with your triad or your dyad. You and your parents and your coaches, having a conversation, different perspectives, coming up with a shared, coherent focus of the future. Hopefully, it's developmental. It's all about you getting better. It is very objective, so we need to be able to measure things eventually, and it needs to be something that motivates, that the riders want to get involved with, want to get better at. Again, what the papers say, we've got task and ego orientation, we've got things like self-determination, motivation. You need to take ownership as the rider with support, from your coach and your parents driving and helping you go forwards. It's all about the fact that you're in the centre, you're in control. This will help you decide how good you are, which areas you need to improve on, how you're going to improve on them, and it needs to relate to you being a rider and what you're going to do. And there's lots of different theory about intrinsic motivation, doing it for yourselves, not because your parents tell you that you've got to do it. I'm sure if you've been to school, teachers will talk to this about as well. There's lots of different behaviours that we can do as coaches and parents, and we've been talking about some of those things and how we can support you in the sessions that you haven't seen today. So, very simple, performance profiling. You'll probably do a lot at school with individual learning plans, individual development plans, and it's about trying to decide what's important, what is our baseline, where do we want to get to, what do we need to do, and it's about making sure that the coach and the parent and yourself are all involved in a coaching conversation. And if you are the parent coach, it's an even more important conversation to have. You will have seen the different profile wheels, performance wheels, where they shade them in from the inside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, if you give yourself a different score. And we can talk about how we're going to decide through reverse engineering, where do you want to be in the future, go backwards, what steps do we need to take, go back, go back, go back, go back, go back. We can work out specific tasks, there's all sorts of different things. Okay. One of the worries or concerns is when we look at somebody that's won, the Tour de France, etc., and we look at their developmental journey and then we try and copy that on the stages that go backwards. You're all individual, you're all totally different, you're all growing at different rates. It needs to be your plan, not a copy of somebody else.